I am so thrilled to be named CEO of NCRC. I feel blessed and highly favored. And I feel humbled to be given this opportunity and the privilege to continue my life's work devoted to economic justice. As I told the NCRC Board of Directors, this is the only job I've ever wanted, working for the only organization I ever wanted to work for, and I'm just so pleased to be here tonight. I want to thank the NCRC Board for their vision, their leadership, their perseverance over the years. This board works really hard, really hard. We put them to work. And they're the major reason why we have grown over the years. Their leadership has been incredible. So a round of applause for the NCRC board. Thank you. I want to give a thanks to my father, who introduced me to this work and has been an invaluable source of advice to me. I especially need to thank NCRC for allowing me to bring my father to work all these years. Started out as like a bring your father to work day kind of thing, and after a year they said, to hell with it, he can stay. It's a joke I stole from Vlad Ortega. You know, when my family moved from Memphis to Chicago, the front page of the Memphis newspaper said, Hubert Van Tall leaves Memphis. Banks rejoice. You can tell the apple didn't fall far from the tree. I want to thank my mother, Lois. Who cultivated a sense of curiosity and enthusiasm in her children. My father and my mother raised 4 children who were curious, bright, and independent, and then there was me. Who knows what happened there? Having raised 5 kids and having homeschooled them all, my mother decided that that wasn't enough, so she decided in the middle of her life to become a doctor. She's an inspiration to me. Thank you, Lois. I want to thank the NCRC staff, who really are some of the hardest working people you will ever meet. They have my back. They make John and I look good. And they did a hell of a job organizing this conference. So thank you to all of the NCRC staff for everything that you do. And to the members of the coalition, we do it for you and we could not do it without you. Our power and influence comes from the energy that you put in, and we will never, ever forget that. Thank you so much, each and every one of you. And I need to give thanks to my incredible wife, Lauren, who has stuck with me through days on the road, nights and weekends at work, and a whole lot of stress. She is an inspiration to me, the reason why I do what I do. Thank you, Lauren. I'm saving the best for last, because in a minute I get to talk about John. I've never actually had this opportunity. I know he's sweating a little bit over there. But first, a quick story. When Lauren and I got married about 2 years ago, I instantly became a father figure to Emerson, my 7-year-old stepson, my chosen son, as I like to say. And I suddenly became deeply aware of the terrible reality of raising a young black man in America. You see, Lauren's black, and I'm sure you've figured out by now that I'm a white guy. I said it. Believe me, it was as much as a shock and disappointment to me when I figured it out, as I'm sure you're all thinking. So fast forward November 9th, 2016, and I woke up to the reality that Donald Trump had become president. And that morning, as Emerson and I were hanging out playing, he said to me, Jesse, does this mean slavery is coming back? Does this mean you and my mom can't be together? He could have knocked me over with a feather. And of course, I reassured Emerson, everything's going to be okay. But as I thought about it, my anger started to build up. People who know me would tell you that I'm slow to anger. It's one of the reasons why John and I are so complementary to each other. I'm slow to anger, and he never, ever gets angry, so it works out really well. But this one stuck with me for a long time. See, I'm not okay with the world Emerson is growing up in. I'm not okay with it at all. It's not okay with me that I have to worry about Emerson's safety when he interacts with the police. It's not okay. It's not okay to me that black men and black women grow up with fewer opportunities in this life. It's not okay with me that there's a black kid like Emerson in places like Memphis, Tennessee, my hometown, who will never get a decent education, or a white kid in West Virginia left without a mother because of an overdose. I am not okay with the fact that the poor are getting poorer and the rich are getting richer. I'm not okay with it. I fight to do what I do every day so that little Emerson grows up in a better world. Can you help me with this? Are you willing to help me with this? I need your help. I need to be able to grow up with Emerson, look him in the eyes, and tell him that we did everything we could do to address systemic injustice everywhere. Can we tell Emerson that when he grows up? Are you with me? Say you will. I know you will. I need to know that you will. And we need new leadership. And before John has a conniption about what I mean by that, let me explain. New leadership is not just younger people stepping up, though we need that too. New leadership can be found in all of you. New leadership is redoubling your efforts, finding the extra burst when you are exhausted, when you get home after a long day working at your nonprofit. New leadership is setting aside our egos, our petty concerns, our competitive natures, and working together. We need new leadership. New leadership is necessary if we're going to win. And if we don't win, I will have to live with the anger and disappointment of Emerson and the realities of a deeply unfair world. So don't let me down. We have to win. And as I close here, I want you to know that John and I are hell-bent on catalyzing new leadership. We're taking new leadership roles ourselves, but we need your help. And as I embark on this journey as CEO of this coalition, your coalition, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for your leadership, for the work that you do, and for your support of NCRC. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I really did save the best for last, because now I get to introduce John and thank John. I need to give thanks most of all to John Taylor, my mentor, the hardest working man in the economic justice field. I would not be standing here today without his mentorship. And I'm so pleased that he's continuing his fight to make the world a better place alongside me. I'm in awe of everything that he's done. And you should be too. He built this organization from a single person organization. I think the first conference probably had like these 3 tables. He built this organization to a conference today that has 1,100 people attending. His passion and fire in the belly has often been interpreted as anger, and yet, with as much as wrong in the world. We could all use a little more anger. John has always held everybody accountable around him for one thing. This often strikes people as abrasive or rude. It's all right. He knows. But he holds them accountable for the thing that he cares about more than anything else in this world, and that's opportunity and justice for all. He deserves your praise and your admiration, so please join me as we welcome to the stage my mentor, my hero, John Taylor.